Hiya my homies, DJ80 here again, and today I'm going to be doing a review of an LED laser diamond. It rotates. I'm not sure if it's a moving head or not, and this one's from China, and as always I haven't received any freebies or any money. This is an impartial review. So here we are then. This is the item that I've brought. I bought it off of eBay, and as you can see there, the price £118.69, and the seller was Max Boombox, who sold over 700 items, and that's his feedback there. Well, this is the delivery of it. It's just come from DHL, and as you can see, it's really well wrapped up. It's completely sealed on all sides. Right, here it is in the flesh. So this is what we get in the box. We get the unit. We get a mounting bracket, a couple of screws, power lead, which appears to be fused, and a single sheet of instructions. The unit it's about 35 centimeters tall, and just to be on the safe side there, I'd say about 30 centimeters wide. Because of its shape, obviously I'm not going to be using the base for measurement. Okay, so we've got a fan, got power in, DMX out, and then around the front, pretty basic. I'm guessing that's the mic input there, and your menu for DMXing. So this unit, as you can see in the picture, the base is white and the actual unit itself is silver. Okay, so that feels like thin metal, the silver part, and these clear circles that you see here, they're made of plastic. And then in the top we have two little ports, which is where the lasers come out, and then the lasers point to the ceiling. And one of the reasons I brought this unit is because I was interested in having perhaps some lasers in my setup. When I mentioned it to my teenage daughter, she thought it was really cool. And then I did some research online about the use of lasers, and there's some health and safety restrictions when you use lasers, such as how far away from the audience they can be, how powerful they are. So I did some more research, and it is a little confusing. So this particular unit solved that issue for me, because it does have lasers, but they point upwards. So unless I have a client that decides to come and peer right over the top of this unit for some strange reason, I don't have to worry too much about that health and safety aspect when I'm using this in my rig. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the bracket on it and stick it on my Micron booth. I'll draw the curtains and we'll have a little look, see what it looks like. Right, here's the unit. I've just plugged it in, and it's automatically gone to blue, which is nice. I'm planning on using this certainly at the beginning of my sets, just as background light. So I've got this and some Equinox pulse tubes, which I'll have on blue, and then I'll have this set up with it as well, just to give some ambient light. So I'm going to draw the curtains, and we'll see what it's like when it's a bit darker, and then we'll just put it on an auto mode as well and see what it's like when it just goes on its own. Well, I think I've done it. This is just the lasers on their own. So as you can see, there's nothing coming out sideways towards the audience. It's just going straight up. So I'm going to move a bit closer and point the camera to the ceiling so you can see, but perhaps it's a bit better. So here's the unit then on automatic mode, just doing its thing. Here's a 30-second clip of them in action. The volume is muted for copyright reasons. The venue that I did this at it was my first time there, and when I got there, you'll see from the clip there was a small stage that I set up on, but it also had a lowered ceiling as well, so I couldn't get the full effect of the light, but hopefully this will give you some idea of what they're like live in action. This is the light with 4 Equinox pulse tubes upright as well, the same colour blue, so you can see the dots. And this is the size of the room. I understand the capacity for this room is about 80 to 100 people. So we will try and get a clip later on of them in motion. Time then for our conclusion of our LED laser diamond moving head light from China. I will start with the negatives as I've written them down. It's hard, there's hardly any negatives. I'm being picky. The manual could perhaps be a bit better, but I still understood it. I had the light on auto mode, sound to light when I used it. And at the beginning I just had it on PA3, which was the blue light. And I guess the other negative is with this particular fixture, it's going to be like Marmite, so you're either going to love it or you're going to hate it. I posted a small clip of this on a DJ Facebook page, and it got a mixed reception. Half the people certainly didn't like the look of it. They thought it was ugly. Some people said they thought it was alright. And then of course we had the usual ignorant comments about the fact that it came from China. So I did also get a couple of people message me privately asking for the link to buy it. But I do think this particular light is one of those fixtures that you look at and you think, God, that's ugly, or wow, that's something really different. I can see personally a lot of brides going for this. So now I'm going to go on to the positives, and I've got a big list of these here, so I'll just go through them as I've written them down. So firstly, the price. So at the time I bought this, it was £118, and you just can't argue with that. For what you're getting, it moves, changes colour, it's DMXable, and it's got 2 little lasers in it. For that price, it's hard to argue. I think it's a great price. It's lightweight. It's fantastically easy to move around on your rig, but I need to find a bag or a flight case or something for it to transport it because of its odd shape. But yeah, it's easy to move around. Delivery, I have to mention this because it was so good. So I ordered this on the Monday. I found it by accident on eBay. I wasn't looking for it. I scrolled to the bottom, it had 4 views, so I think it was pretty much a brand new product. I ordered it on a Monday. By Wednesday I had a tracking number for it, and by Saturday, so 5 days later, it was at Heathrow. And I then got a text message from DHL saying that I had duty to pay on it, which was about £4.70. And I just checked out the link from the DHL text. I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't a con or a fake link anywhere. But the DHL website was legit, even if it was a bit outdated. And when I put in the tracking number, it actually came up with my name in that as well. So that was information it couldn't really have had unless it was genuine. So on the Sunday, I paid the £4.70, and then the next day, the Monday, it was delivered in the morning. So a week from Monday to Monday, from buying it on eBay, I had it at my home the following Monday. And considering it's coming from halfway around the world, I was just totally gobsmacked. So the delivery, certainly on this occasion, was outstanding, and like I say, I got a tracking number with it as well. So with the £4.70, I'm probably looking at less than £125 all told to get it here. It was well packaged, so it came in this box, which you saw earlier was well sealed. It had this polystyrene in it, and it had lots of foam in it as well, packed all the way around it. So it wasn't damaged in any way. It's well packaged. And what else? It was really effective. I really liked it when I had it blue with my Equinox pulse tubes. I thought that looked really classy, and the way it just sort of slowly moved from left to right. It was brighter than expected, so I thought there might have been a trade-off on the, because you're buying something a lot cheaper. I figured perhaps it wouldn't be as bright. It looked good, obviously, but in the pictures. But when you see the pictures of any lights or any videos that you see that are made by excuse me, any videos that you see that are made by the actual manufacturers, they always make the lights look good. And so I thought perhaps for the price I'd be trading off, but I didn't. The lights were bright, much brighter than expected, and really effective. And then obviously you saw the clip that was on silent, and that was when music was playing, and I had it on sound to light. And I've positioned it right in front of me on the booth, and I might have to rethink that, because several times I'd look up during the night, and where it was flashing or strobing, it nearly blinded me. So it was brighter than expected. And do you know what? I like this fixture so much, I might just buy another one. I don't know where I'll put it. I'll have to change my rig entirely, but it's just so hard to find any faults with this. I'm all about maximum output for minimum input when it comes to my whole philosophy of DJing, and so that means having a good light show but with the minimum of effort, and that saves time setting up and costs and so forth. And this just ticks all the boxes. So if you've been on the fence about buying this light, I would say for the price, go ahead, give it a go. I'll be surprised if you're disappointed. But that's my review. I love this little fixture. It's going to be regular in my setups. I've been DJ80. If it's been helpful, as always, please click on one of my music tracks, because every click helps. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.